Ghana Means Business, brought to you by Goil. Goil, good energy.
Ghana Means Business. Your story, our message.
Professor Frimpong-Boateng is general cardiothoracic and vascular surgeon who owns the Frimpong-Boateng Medical Center, FBMC. In 1994, Nana Esiama Poku Efrifa, the chief of Tuase, donated a portion of land to Professor Frimpong-Boateng to build a residential accommodation. But because of lack of good health facilities in the community, Professor Frimpong-Boateng decided to use the land to build a modest clinic to provide health care not only for the people of Tuase, but the district as a whole. Annually, an average of 6,500 women are seen at the women's clinic, and about 600 surgical operations, major and minor cases, are performed each year. The FBMC boasts of the use of modern and state-of-the-art equipment in all departments. The FBMC is fully operated by using renewable energy. This stride goes a long way to harness his current position as the Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation.
Good morning and welcome to the ultra-modern Frimpong-Boateng Medical Center, a medical facility with the state-of-the-art equipment, rooms, theaters, and all the facilities that you would expect from a modern medical center. Internet connected, piped by their own oxygen, with their own mortuary, their own equipment, and all the facilities. This is indeed a model of health excellence, and we are fortunate enough to have this in Ghana. Thank you once again, Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng.
Ghana Means Business. Your story, our message.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Ghana Means Business. Your story, our message.
Viewers, welcome once again to your favorite television show, Ghana Means Business. Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng, thank you so much for this show and welcome once again to Ghana Means Business.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. As a cardiothoracic surgeon, can you tell us what are some of the major problems or causes that leads to heart diseases in Ghana, so that the average person can also take steps to prevent the complexities that comes with heart problems?
Well, some of the diseases we are born with, what we call the congenital heart diseases, when mothers, that's why we have to take care of pregnant people, our mothers, our sisters, and so on.
So is that genetic, would you say?
Not genetic. Maybe something happens. A mother may be sick from rubella, what we call German measles, which appears like heat rash, and it will not have any effect on the mother. But on the unborn child, it can have a lot of effect. Heart disease, mental retardation, and other things.
Just a
yes.
rash.
So we have to have good maternal health. If you don't have to get fever, emotional stress, and all these things, because the heart develops very fast, the first organ to develop.
In the fetus.
In the fetus. And so anything that can affect the health of the mother can help, drugs and so on. That is why I say, oh, don't take this drug in the first 3 months of pregnancy. So these are very important. And then when we are born, there are others, like rheumatic heart fever. A child may have sore throat. If it's not well treated, that thing will secrete toxins that may have effect on the heart valves. And so that is also there. And then our behavior, smoking, the food that we eat, lack of exercise, overweight, and so on. There are many factors. And these days, we are bombarding ourselves with a lot of dangerous things that can have effect on our health.
So our diet,
our exercise, and if we know we have high blood pressure, take your medication.
Prof, you are quoted as saying that human beings are the only animals born without a language and a culture. What exactly do you mean by this?
Well, it is true that we are the only animals that come to this world without a language and a culture. And let me explain. See, when a cow is born in Accra, it doesn't speak Ghana, it's a moo. If we take it to America for 20 years, it's still a moo. A cat is a meow, all the animals. But a human being born in Accra, you cannot even say it's a Ghana. It depends upon how it's bred. Maybe Ghana parents. If we take the Ghana parents and settle that child with the foster parents in Nima who speak Hausa, after 20 years, if that child didn't know he came from
Ghana parents,
yeah, it would be a Hausa and with all the things. So that is what I mean, that the language, we are not born with it. Bees will not have to go to Legon or Tech to learn biochemistry or before they make their honey. The rats don't need tuition in Tech to dig their motorway on the ground. But human beings, whatever that we do on earth, we have to learn to do those things. Otherwise, it will never be done. We are not creatures of instincts. Okay. And that is why, if I had not gone to school, I would never have been able to go to Germany to become a heart surgeon. That's or true. Maybe a teacher, or a farmer, or anything. So this is what I mean. And so the point is that for a human being to be able to do something, we have to learn to do it. If you are not able to do it, then there's something wrong with your learning process. And therefore, if we have all these educational institutions in Ghana, universities and so on, and we still have to import everything from toothpick to aircraft, then there's something wrong with education.
Absolutely.
And how we teach each other. So I've never seen any country that has developed without the capacity to do things for themselves, creating things. That is why I'm always talking about machine tooling, fundraise, so we can start making tools, implements, and putting them together. Because see, everything we see around, cars, cameras, nothing came from the skies.
That's true.
Either from the forest, from the soil, or from somewhere. And so it's education that will help you to decide what to do with these things so that it will be transformed into something that can be utilized to help our daily lives. That's what I mean by that.
Prof, taking you back, 2008, you declared your intentions to be the flag bearer for the NPP. That was a very bold move. And from where you were coming from, where you had become very much celebrated in Ghana, you must have had a reason. What was your reason for wanting to be president of Ghana? What did you hope to achieve if you became the president?
I just said part of it, that for us to have a sustainable development, we should be in charge of our development. We cannot, it is sad that even now, 80% of inputs into agriculture, education, and health are from foreign sources. And
80%?
80%. And almost 100% of our development budget is from our side. This must change. Not until we develop the capacity.
Because they would then set the agenda for
Exactly.
you.
We should be making machines for ourselves and processes, that so that we make our drugs, we make our cars, we make the things that we need. Because if we import anything, the price goes up by at least 20%. And that fuels the corruption industry. In some countries in Africa, the corruption industry accounts for about 40% of GDP.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that we should develop technologically, and that will help us to sustain our development. If we don't make things ourselves, if we don't manufacture, industrialize, and export things to earn money, there's no way that the city can be maintained sustainably over a long time. Absolutely. It is simple matter, but it will take a lot of effort. But thank God, you started, with the free SHS, setting up of TVET institutions, technical vocational education and training. We must step it up and spend more money, so pretty soon we'll burden our machines and so on. And that is what motivates me.
Prof, what were some of the significant learnings or experiences that you want to share with us during this political process? Is our political field a level playing field, or did you encounter certain peculiar issues within our politics that you think we need to address to ensure the very best of Ghanaians always get elected to fill this very important leadership position?
Ghana should be at the apex, and all political parties should devise schemes and programs that will make Ghana progress. We may have our differences, ideological differences, but that should not disturb the apex agenda of moving Ghana forward. And secondly, we should argue on ideas and not on personalities. The insults are too many.
The journey of politics in Ghana, the monetization, the insults you refer to, the pettiness, the arguments on personalities as to issues, the lack of Ghana being first, as you said, should be the apex. How do we address this conundrum?
Well, some people have to be mentor the young people. I mean, if you're a young person, a party official and so on, spend your youth to develop yourself. That is very important. The people, ask yourself, what were the people you are insulting doing at your age? What were they doing? What had they achieved? And then think about it. Spend your youth to build up yourself so that you can do things outside politics. But insults will not change anything.
That's true.
It will not change you, and it will not change. Like I say, it's a Russian proverb that barking doors cannot stop a caravan. Okay. You may bark and bark, but the caravan will still move on. And so let's spend our youth educating ourselves, building up ourselves, so that we'll be able to appreciate the overall agenda, the apex agenda of changing Ghana, making the better place for ourselves and for the future generations.
Prof, you have a passion for the medical profession.
Yes.
Phenomenal. And yet there's also this passion for politics. Are you distracted, or do the two of them go in tandem?
I don't have a passion for politics. I have a passion for Ghana.
Okay.
How to change things so that Ghana will move on the right path. At the same time, I have passion for my original training as a surgeon, as a doctor. So the two are not different, and we have to be passionate about the things we do. And that's what I don't see. We are not a determined people. We have to be passionate. Passion is doing things. That's what the Bible says. If you do things with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, that is passion. That is why diseases that are connected with passion are difficult to control, like HIV and so on. So we must develop the passion for Ghana, passion for what you do, and this country will change forever.
Thank you.
And we don't need too many people. You see, in any biological population, we need just about 0.001% of people to think. In Ghana, I don't think we need more than 2,000 people who will get up and say, thank God for giving me life. What must I do today to make where am I a better place? And Ghana will change.
Prof, in 1994, the chief of Twase donated a handsome parcel of land to you, which you were supposed to build your residence. What did you do with this land?
Oh, I bought, he said he gave me land. I said, Nana, there's no hospital around here. So let's build a hospital that the whole community will appreciate and also use and help.
So this was a selfless act from you?
Yes. And that is me. I don't think about, I'm not the man in the center. I think about what God wants me to do, and that's what I do.
So what did you do with it? What have you been able to achieve with this land?
It's transformed from a small clinic to the Frimpong-Boateng Medical Center.
Wow.
That has in
Tuanse, Ashanti region.
Ashanti region.
How many bed facilities?
We have about 100 beds.
Now, what kind of services do you provide?
General surgical services, maternity, pediatrics, and a super eye department bought by my daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah, he's an eye surgeon in Germany, and he has set up a beautiful eye hospital in Tuanse.
Prof, tell me about Providence Specialist Hospital.
Providence Hospital.
So that is your own hospital?
My own, but not for me alone. The leader is Kwesi Osei-Ofori.
Okay.
And his friend James Osei Brown.
Okay.
And then I'm the third person. Wonderful people. So that is Providence.
But Providence Specialist Hospital has been in the news lately with a team that you led to perform an extraordinary surgery. Can you educate us on what happened?
Well, not extraordinary from my point of view, but the point is that the first time open heart surgery is being done outside Kolebu, Accra, and certainly I was involved in everything. And so
I noticed you had a kente mask. Were you
Yes.
trying to communicate a message?
Yes, that we can also create the cap mask with kente.
Okay.
Brilliant.
It was beautiful.
Yes, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So Achimota is there, super heart center, and I still operate every weekend.
Really?
Yes, and all during the, of course, I'm not paid.
You are not paid?
No.
This is all your contribution.
Yeah, I'm
your
not supposed
charity.
to be paid by any other institution apart from government. I'm a minister, so
Okay.
that is where I collect my money from.
Okay.
But anything else I do, I don't collect any money.
Ghana means business. Your story, our message.
Prof, there is a quotation that is attributable to you in a great book that you wrote. And to ensure I capture it properly and accurately, I would like to read it to you. Prof, in your book, Deep Down in My Heart, A History of Cardiothoracic Surgery in Ghana, and on page 147, the last paragraph, and I quote, compliments of Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng. The practice of medicine is service, and most of the time it is service to poor people, especially in our parts of the world. Prof, the experiences that Ghanaians are undergoing and have undergone at our major hospitals, at our clinics, begs for a lot of reforms. I think in the past, our political leaders have built hospitals, put beds and equipment in, and forgot the human aspect. If you look at the experiences that poor people, the most vulnerable in our society, go through at the hands of doctors, nurses, and technicians, it is indeed a sad story. Therefore, this quotation by you, in terms of medicine to the most vulnerable, seems to be a bit inconsistent. Because if that is what the thrust of medicine is, then why is it that we don't have the same thing in Ghana?
What you describe is not only happening in the hospitals, but everywhere. And that
In
is-
Ghana?
In Ghana. You know, we are not treating ourselves well. The reception in the market, at the banks, post office, businesses, the ministries, wherever. And so if a nurse goes to apply for something and he doesn't get it, and he's asked to go and come and so on, we don't expect that person to go to the hospital and be an angel. So we have to really also look at the society as a whole. But to me, it is normal thing that I do. I mean, when I'm in the ministries, people will be carrying your bags and so on. But when I get to the hospital, I get down to dress wounds. Nobody will dress the wound for me. And I have to see it myself. and assess it to see whether things are working. And so my life changes from so-called minister to a servant in the hospital. And this is something that I deal with on a daily basis all these years. And so I don't have a problem with that. It is sales service, and it will not change me the least. And so that's the way it is.
Prof, you were appointed as the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. What is the mission and objective of this ministry?
Very broad. And I'm very grateful to the President, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for giving me the opportunity to represent him in the ministry. We have a broad mandate. We have something to do with every other ministry in this country. If you look at the science, technology and innovation, everything is science, everywhere. And technology, as I said, we need technology to be able to develop. We need innovation, to create new things. And if we create new things, we have to look at the way you create that thing, whether it is sustainable, whether it is environmentally friendly. And if that's something, you create something new, is it something that people want? So innovation is, we have to think about a lot of things. What you are creating, what new, what improvement, and the methods of production of that thing. Is it something that people are asking for? What's the price? And so you look at our agencies, atomic energy, CSIR, EPA, and the things that we are doing. For example, EPA, we are now implementing the E-Waste Law, Act 917, how we're going to treat electronic waste in a sustainable manner so that it doesn't affect our health and we can get some income from it. Plastic policy, how are we going to manage the plastic policy, and so on. And if we come to noise pollution, these are things that we are thinking about. We go to atomic energy, doing a lot. How do you use nuclear technology to create new products? In agriculture, new varieties of products, jam, cassava, palm trees, and so on. And then our major project now is to use nuclear technology to build energy plants, nuclear technology, nuclear power plants. And I'm very proud of the scientists in the atomic energy. If you look at the preparation, it's so unique, and the world admires it. International Atomic Energy Agency praises these doctors and professors in Kwabena. Then we come to CSIR. We have 13 institutes across Ghana doing various things. Savannah Agricultural Research Institute. We will come to Kumasi. We will have Soil Research Institute, Building and Roads Research Institute, Crops Research Institute, and then Forestry Research Institute. And then in Kade, the oil palm, in Accra here, Food Research, Agricultural Research Institute, and so on. Many, 13 of them, creating things, giving us new varieties of products, maize, carrots, soya beans, and so on. And then the Industrial Research Institute, that is spearheading industrial research. But we need a lot of inputs, money, and this country will change. So we have a very broad mandate. We're also creating things like the Ghana Innovation and Research Commercialization Center. So we
What is that?
The thing is that people say that, there are a lot of research going on in the universities, they are all on shelves. So we've now captured the database of all research going on in our institutions. And then we are going to look at those research that have the potential of becoming a product that can be industrialized. And that is where that is taking place, which we've set up now. We have acquired a high-performance computer to help us analyze the data and process big data. So these are all things that are going on. And now, from this year, we have started giving some resources to start the burden of establishment of machine tool centers and a foundry. So we'll begin to make implements, build machines that can be useful for us. This is the motivation, and I'm very grateful to the President and for his leadership and the help that he's given us to accomplish these things.
That is great. In line with your mandate as the Minister for Innovation, I know recently there was this partnership with the German government about generating energy from sanitation. Can you enlighten us on this? Because I know it's a major game changer in terms of our control of sanitation and our achievement of energy. How did this happen and what is this project about?
Last year, I had a meeting with the German Minister for Education and Research, and then we agreed to do this project. And the president.
So this was your initiative?
My initiative. And the president was informed, he approved, and then it was accepted. So what we are doing is that we're going to create a hybrid system where energy from the sun with energy from biodegradable material, that is biogas, and also plastic pyrolysis will be combined to create energy.
Prof, what is the euro or dollar amount of this incredible initiative?
Initially, we are going to spend a 5 million euro.
All this is from the government of Germany?
It's from Germany, everything.
On your initiative?
Yes.
As the minister?
As the minister, with special links to Germany. So it's going to be done. And the idea at the sword cutting ceremony, what I told the researchers is that we should not behave like we did with hydro, that we've had a Kosovo for 60 years, but we'll not be able to replicate it anywhere. So this one, that is why it's a research. The German university will be here. It will take us 4 years. And so together, we should develop the technology so that we can replicate it and build it for ourselves. And that is very, very important to me. And as long as I have a say in it, I'll make sure that our engineers, technicians, researchers acquire the skills, the technology to replicate that technology. That's very important.
It has been truly exciting. It has been phenomenal. And we have been privileged to have a conversation, an interview with a pioneer, an innovator, a politician, a patriot, and most importantly, a selfless human being devoted to the betterment of Ghanaians and mankind throughout the world. This has been Ghana Means Business, and we have been privileged to have the Honorable Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng. Prof, thank you.
Thank you enough for coming.
Thank you so much.
I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We are grateful. We are honored. And this show has become richer by your presence. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.